and welcome back to another episode of Relentless TV. It's me, your host, Kelly Murray, and I'm sitting here with my good friend and CEO, Adam Kifer.
AKA the comic relief. Yes.
How are you, Adam?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm getting pretty excited because, as you know, there are some really cool things happening in the month of October.
Yes.
And we're here to talk about what those really cool things are. So, drum roll.
Relentless Summit.
Woo!
I think every time we say Relentless Summit, giant words should come into the screen and be like, Relentless Summit. Like in their face. That'd be great. Work on that, Leah. All right, so Relentless Summit.
Relentless Summit.
We've got a lot to fill you in on. There's going to be some amazing speakers at this year's summit. Yep. This is something that I know Adam works very, very hard to cultivate throughout the year to make sure that we're providing you with the best, most up-to-date, most innovative knowledge, strategies, and top talent in not just the martial arts industry itself, but actually outside of the industry. And I know that's something that's really important to you. So Talk to us a little bit about your mindset behind wanting to find not the same old industry speakers.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I just saw I got an ad for a martial arts event yesterday in my email. And I was like, oh, and I see they were speaking. And it was like literally the same people they've had the last 10 years in a row. And I'm like, all right, well, that's not surprising. I think for me, like some of the best success I've had in the martial arts industry has come from ideas I've gotten from other industries and not from within our own industry. And while there are some definite thought leaders in our industry, I feel like a majority of the stuff is just the same stuff recycled over and over again. And I think what holds our industry back is not looking outside the industry. Like when I cringe every time I see like in the Century Group and someone posts a question like, hey, post a picture of your retail area. I want some inspiration. I'm like, no, go look at retail industry for inspiration right. For retail. Yeah. It's like looking at the soccer industry for inspiration on teaching martial arts. Like it's different things, right? So for me, I always try and seek out the best of the best from other industries to bring into our industry. And I'll be honest, like, and I think I put this on the website. We never make money off the Relentless Summit.
Relentless Summit.
Like, I don't know if you guys know
True
this.
Story.
I would like to make money off of it eventually, but the main goal of the Relentless Summit isn't to make money for us. The main goal is to push the industry forward and bring people, experiences, and knowledge to the martial arts industry that school owners wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. Like we want to make sure that we're bringing that and being the ones to deliver that to the industry so that we can all grow together. We can all push the industry forward and turn martial arts into a respectable industry, just like any other industry.
I love that. And what are some of your favorite parts about attending events?
Ooh, I love so introverted Adam is like hide in the corner, but for some reason, like at our events, I don't feel introverted at all. I love talking to our clients. I love networking with school owners. And a lot of times it's like those little conversations in the hallway where a school owner comes to ask a question and then like a few months later you get a message and it's like, hey, that one thing that you gave me like helped us so much, helped us have a record month, whatever it might be. I love those moments. I always, as much as I love the keynote speakers, I always look forward to the comedy performances at the cocktail party as well. I think it's a good like way to show people that, hey, like business events can actually be fun. They can be entertaining. We had Matt Rife there, which if you guys follow comedy at all, he's huge. And he just roasted like so many people in the audience that it was great.
Not me though.
No.
Actually, yes, it was me. I love the events mostly because there is this surge of energy and enthusiasm. And when you put everybody together in the same space who all share like the same mission, the same values, it's almost like a renewed motivation to go back and just kick major butt. It's almost like throughout the year we grind and we hustle and we work so hard, and sometimes it's hard to feel inspired with that monotony and with doing the same thing day in and day out. And I just can tell people just get set on fire after this event and they go back, and that's got to be helpful for your team, for your family, just to have like more positive energy. So I love that. I also love, like you said, those little moments where you don't expect to learn something, but you do. I love when speakers might be talking about something, but it kind of just sets off your own ideas and inspires you to take that and run with it and kind of put your own spin on it. I always end up with a notebook full of a million ideas, but I also love that we have really actionable speakers. So it's not just theory. It's not just inspirational or motivational speaking, it's also, hey, here's how you can implement and here's what you can do specifically. So instead of just an idea, a notebook of ideas, you've also got legitimate action steps that you can go back and take.
And I feel like this year we probably have the most tactical guest speakers we've ever had before as well. Mm-hmm. Like we've had great guest speakers in the past, like Tim Grover, amazing. Jason Wilson, like had everyone in the room crying at one point, at multiple points. So we've had some amazing guest speakers, but I think the three big ones we have this year are going to bring I just from watching them, I've seen them like say something that just is like, that is like the smartest thing I've ever heard. Never thought about it that way. And I write it down and it's like so easy to implement right away. One of our keynote speakers, I took one of his objection overcomes and used it at the school one time. And the rest of the team was like, that was genius. Where did you learn to say that? And I was like, well, as smart as I want to think I am, came from this guy.
Yeah. And not to mention, there's a lot of smart people in the room. Mm-hmm. So, if you have questions and you are having challenges in your business, there's like 100 people there, just right there that can help you. All right.
There's more than 100, Kelly.
Well, how many will there be?
Well, this year there'll be 300.
300 people to help you.
And guys, just so you know, like I know everyone pushes ticket sales and stuff like that. We have sold out the last 3 years in a row for the summit. Last year, the first 24 hours, 100 tickets were sold. And I think it's going to be worse this year in the sense that we're going to sell it faster because tickets are only $97 for early bird, which if you bought last year, they were $497.
How can you give this away for $97?
Our industry needs it. That's why. And I was talking to one of my mentors the other day, and he's like, you could easily charge $997 for this and get it all day. But he also understood sort of what our purpose and mission is with the event is, and was like, man, like every martial arts school owner should take advantage of this.
And this is going to be a really cool event because we're having it at the Gila River Resort, which is a beautiful resort here it's in Chandler,
it's in
Chandler, Arizona. And so our office is here in Chandler, and it's just a perfect destination for you to come around and get some sunshine. The resort itself has 6 different restaurants, I believe.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6 different restaurants, Top Golf.
Yeah, steakhouse. They've got a cocktail bar.
The rooftop steakhouse, the view is like phenomenal.
A tequila lounge.
And then it's like a brand new resort too.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. The conference room that we're in for our event, I think is under a year old. So everything is like sparkling, shiny, brand new.
I think that was one of the things that I was most impressed about your events before I became a part of the team, was just how much attention to detail there was. And it wasn't like, oh, let's just find the cheapest option. Let's just throw together whatever. I mean, this is like top of the line. Like you really go all out to make sure.
Question for you.
Amazing.
How many martial arts events pay their speakers?
Before you, I think I tell this story, but Adam was really the first. You were the first person to pay me for my time on your podcast.
And that's how it should be, though.
Well, yes. Yeah. And since then, I never accept not getting paid. Well, maybe sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I think it's important to treat this event as a 5-star experience because people are putting their lives on hold. They're leaving their families. They're spending money to come. So it should not just be a business event where you come to get great knowledge and tactile action items for your business. It should also be fun, and it should also be an experience that helps you dream bigger, right? That's what 100%. I love about it, is when you go to this event, again, it's not like this stuffy conference room that's been there since 1980. This is top of the line stuff, and so you're kind of like, wow, this is what's possible for me, and this is how I can get to that next level, not just in my business, but in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
So I love that about it too.
Also, I was talking to one of our clients, and they were part of a different mastermind group previously. And one of the things that they said about the summit is that like your event is the first event I've ever been to in the martial arts industry where the speakers are actually accessible after they speak. And not only that, like you guys actually like go around and talk to people and help people during the cocktail hour and all that. And she's like, I've been a part of this other group for however long. And she's like, you think any of those people that talk on stage ever like do any interaction with us? She's like, it's almost like they're above us or too good for us. And I think, man, that, like when I attend an event, I always would love to have personal interaction with whoever was on stage. And I love that we're able to provide that with the majority of our speakers, where they're able to just be in the room and ask questions. And the number of speakers too that stay for the whole weekend, like compared to every other event I go to, not even just this industry, but outside industries, most speakers will show up, they'll speak, and then they leave and they cut out, and that's all you see of them. And we've had consistently speakers stay for the whole weekend, and it's fun because I actually see them taking notes when other people are up on stage.
Well, I was going to say, it's because the other speakers are so high quality, and also because the event is actually fun and you want to stick around for it. It's not like, oh, okay, I'll just go do my thing. It's like, hey, this is actually a good time. All right, so fantastic website here. This is just incredible.
Before we do that, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in. What is your favorite memory from a Relentless Summit?
Relentless Summit.
So far.
Well, I have two that really stand out, and both were from the keynote speakers. The first one was from Tim Grover. Just there was a moment where he made everybody be quiet, and it was like the whole room, and we probably had 300 plus people in that. It was like a big auditorium, and it was just so powerful that he's an amazing speaker, obviously has an amazing career, an amazing life to share. But the way he was able to move people and just get inside of your heart and just make you want more for yourself. It was such an inspiring moment. And then to share that with just everybody else around, that was a really incredible moment. And I'll say the Jason Wilson experience was similar. It was so emotional. It was so rewarding to be able to feel like you do make a difference and that our work is so valuable and important in the lives of those that we touch, whether we're actually on the mat or we're behind the scenes. Like, we're really making a difference. And it was really cool to be able to experience again, that unity of like, hey, this is what we're all here for. This is what we're doing. Of course, Matt Rife was a highlight.
Yeah.
I did get picked on. So
he picked on pretty much everyone except me, I think. And I did not tell him not to pick on me.
But it was actually really funny. And I can appreciate the, that's his job. Comedian.
Tristan making fun of Casamassa was hilarious too.
It was all a good time. And like I said, the venues have all been phenomenal. So it feels like a very high class experience every time.
Yeah, I always love watching the audience reaction to speakers, which like Jason Wilson was awesome to see because I think
there was a line.
Well, the first thing that was great is while he was speaking, I would like start to scan the audience, which was hard because I didn't want to miss anything he said. But like I look over and like just tears running down. And
I don't think anyone had a dry eye.
Then afterwards, we had like 10 minutes set aside for photos with him.
I think it was 30 and it ended up being like 45, 50,
it
60.
went almost an hour, but he took time to talk to every single person. Every person he talked to afterwards was like
crying.
Like he had such a connection with each person on an individual level. Like everyone would just come up, he'd embrace them with the best hug ever, and they would just like pour their soul out. And like just to see how many lives he affected in that room was pretty cool. Gary Brecka too.
Yeah.
I've seen Gary speak before, and Gary's probably the only person I ever saw speak that in my head afterwards I was like, this is the knowledge that wealthy people have that the rest of the world doesn't. Mm-hmm. And just because I've never heard anyone talk about health like that, and now you're seeing his results with like Dana White and Grant Cardone and all these people, he's like changing their lives, the Nelk Boys, all these guys with health. And the cool thing about him was there was multiple people in the room, including other speakers, that came up to me afterwards that had been dealing with some chronic illness, pain, whatever, that were told there is nothing that can be done about it, and they just have to live with it. And then all of them heard Gary speak, and just seeing the hope that they had was really cool.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, is like you always represent a holistic lineup. Yeah. Like you're not just looking for someone who can teach people how to make more money. You're looking at things like our physical health, our mental health, our tax health, our financial health. Yeah. Like you've brought in speakers from all of those different niches because being an entrepreneur is not just one thing. And it really involves your entire life and what the choices you make from the time you wake up, time you go to bed. So I love that about it too, is it doesn't feel strictly like a martial arts business conference. It feels like
something bigger.
A life upgrade conference. Just how to up-level your life. Okay, so I have a question for you before we jump into this. It's been a hard year for you.
Really?
Understatement. Does this event mean more to you because of everything that's kind of gone on this year, and why?
Yes, absolutely. I think I'm gonna my keynote's probably gonna heavily revolve around the shitstorm that is early 2024.
Well, everybody's thinking about it.
Well, yeah.
Here we are. We got to address it. It's been a tough year.
Yeah. But like sharing some of the insights that I got from business mentors during that time, and just like advice I was given, I think is going to be impactful to everyone. And the more I sort of talk about and give more details on the story, the more people I have that reach out to me, connecting with me, and they're like, hey, I had an employee do a similar thing, or hey, I didn't go through what you're going through, but I went through this thing, and just seeing you go through it, like, shows me how to navigate that in the future.
Yeah.
So that part's been amazing. I also think once our podcast came out, of setting the record straight, just the support that we got from the industry in general, like, I expected some people to reshare it, but like the support we got like blew my mind, which was awesome. And then seeing that same level of support of people reaching out and be like, hey, we're gonna be at the summit, we got your back, like we want to be there to support you. So obviously, yes, I think that side of it, it's gonna be
It'll be easy for you to say, hey, this has been just too hard this year, we're not doing it. Why are you still so passionate about this event?
Purpose. That's why. I think if this event was about making money, we would have just canceled it. Like it wouldn't have been worth doing if that was the purpose behind it. The purpose behind it being pushing this industry forward, and industry that I've grown up in and have so much thanks to give to. We have to do it. It's like, I don't care how much money I'm paying in attorney fees for all this other stupid shit. Like, we're still investing in kick-ass speakers, and I think it's important also just to show by example that, hey, like, doesn't matter what shit you're going through, we're still going to make shit happen. We're still going to give back to the industry, and we're still going to make a difference.
I love that. Yeah. I think that's a great answer. And I was hoping you'd say that because from my perspective, that's the most admirable thing about you is just your commitment to never waver from your purpose. And to be able to put on an event at this scale after everything you've been through is pretty amazing.
Well, if I'd be lying if I said I didn't doubt myself multiple times through this, but the positive inner voice was stronger than the weaker inner voice.
Well, we didn't notice too much. So, all right, let's talk about the top 10 reasons to attend the Relentless Summit.
Relentless Summit.
If we haven't convinced you already. Reason number 1, new member strategies, acquisition, baby.
And that goes with our theme for the event, which is you can't change lives in an empty martial arts school. I think all of us, most of us, came to this industry loving martial arts, not really knowing too much about the business side. And we got in this industry because we wanted to make an impact and we wanted to change lives. And there's a lot of people still in that position that haven't seen the benefit of putting importance on the business side.
Yep.
And the reality of it is, if you're in this industry to change lives, you need people in your building to be able to maximize how many lives you can change and how many people you can impact. So for us, it's about teaching you guys what are the things working the best right now. And it's been awesome because in the last 24 hours, I know I had 3 agency clients reach out to me, all separate about, man, our lead costs are awesome right now. We have this many trials. I got a screenshot today of someone's calendar being full. So what we're doing is working, and being able to share that knowledge with you guys is going to be super impactful and helpful for you. So you guys can take those same tactics back to your school and start deploying those right away.
I love that too, because again, for so many of us, we've been afraid of sales. We've been afraid of marketing because those feel like such foreign components to us. We're martial artists. We know how to teach. We know how to punch. We know how to kick. But when you start talking about acquisition, any part of it, it starts getting a little sticky for people. So really the confidence that you'll gain just by being here to be able to try something new or put in a new system and test it out. These strategies are already proven for you, so you can do that with less risk.
Yeah, and I think the term sales in our industry is almost like saying the F word.
Yeah,
at times,
people
like
are
people
afraid of it.
hear sales and they just like think the worst possible thing. To me, sales is being confident in your ability to change lives.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Like, if you're confident selling, it means that you believe in your product, you believe in your program, and you believe in the results that it's going to get people. And I think a lot of you listening to this have a great program, but you're not confident enough in how you speak about it in the sales process. And our goal is to help you with that.
Yeah, the strategies, but also, like I said, just the confidence, the mindset to even go from being afraid of it to being able to say, like, this is what I love. I love selling people this because this changed my life.
And also, one of our keynote speakers is like the king of sales.
Oh gosh, you guys are gonna love him.
I'm not gonna say who it is, but
her or him.
Him. This is
I know
him.
it's a him,
Yeah.
but I was trying not to give it away.
I know at the very least has done over $100 million in sales. At the very least.
He's incredible.
If you follow people like Alex Hermosi, this is a guy that mentors Alex Hermosi. He helped him with his last book launch. He helped him with his giant webinar that he did for this. This guy is like the king of sales.
King of offers.
Every time I see him present, I've like taken as many notes as possible.
Everything he says is literally gold. All right.
And announcements of speakers will be coming out, dripped over email over the next few weeks. So
doesn't matter. You got to come. Yeah. All right. Unparalleled training. Reason number 2. We have a really unique part of this conference, which happens on the first day.
Yep.
And it's a live training event. So tell us about that.
So the first day, and this is give some shout outs to Jody for this, because he's the one that really pushed me. Him and Dave Kovar had recommended this multiple times. So last year we did it for the first time. It went amazing. But basically we're going to be bringing in like some of the best trainers and athletes to do physical seminars with you guys, and it's included with the ticket. So this year we have currently scheduled, and we're working on one more. We have one top 5 UFC fighter coming to teach a seminar. We have probably one of the best UFC striking coaches on the planet, Randy Stanky, who was there last year as well. We have Ross Levine also teaching a physical seminar this year. Ross just ended his career with the best fucking possible way ever.
Yeah. Shout out to Ross.
Defended his championship, did it with a head kick, and not only did it with a head kick, but congratulated by Joe Rogan right afterwards. Like, I don't know, that's a pretty good way to go out on top.
And his like athletic strategies are just amazing.
Yep. And then we have one more possible person we may be adding. We're still in negotiations with, but if we add this person, it'll be pretty epic. I've never seen this person at any other martial arts event ever.
It's me.
Kelly was also awesome, but not this
I did not
person.
participate in that.
But yeah, so each one of these people come in, they do our physical seminar. And here's the cool thing that I've also never seen at any other event. In the seminar was myself and Jonathan Frank. I think you were setting up, so you weren't there. But like, we have speakers and coaches that actually do physically training with all the attendees. And it's not just because we want to be a good example. It's because we love doing this. We love training just like we love running a business. So hopefully I'll get to train with some of you guys
maybe
on
I'll
the
get
physical
to come
day.
this time. Probably not, because I'll probably be setting up, but that's
Maybe,
okay.
We'll see.
All right. So reason number 3 to come to the Relentless Summit.
Relentless Summit.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Kind of already talked about this, but you're like obsessed with comedy.
I am. It's Crystal and I, it's like our favorite thing to go out and watch is stand-up comedy.
Yes.
I also think our industry takes itself way too seriously. Like we're all like 10th degree black belts, like bow to your sensei. As much as we laugh at Napoleon Dynamite and Rex Kwon Do, we laugh at it because there's truth in it. Same thing with Master Ken. We had Master Ken come in to interrupt my presentation one year. We had Matt Rife 2 years ago. Tristan Bowling last year was hilarious. And just like a little disclaimer for everyone.
Yeah, please.
They're stand-up
It's
comedians.
comedy.
They're gonna curse. They're gonna say controversial shit, but all the stuff they're saying is like jokes. It's all in jest.
And you don't have to come if you're easily offended. Please don't feel like you have to come. But it is sometimes rated R.
It's rated R for sure, for sure. But at the cocktail party, we have usually a bar there, hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
We open it early to people that have VIP tickets, so that way they can come and network with the speakers before all the general admission people are let into the cocktail party. It's dressed to impress, so everyone dresses up and has a great time. It is like one of my favorite things because you just see there's no egos in the room. Like at the cocktail party, everyone's just there to have fun and network and get along. And then I always love too that usually after the cocktail party, there's like 50, 75 people that are like, hey, let's
Still
go hang out at the
partying.
bar.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the bar and we'll have a great time. And then
This is a fun group. So if you like to have fun, you're going to be in the right place.
And then I talk shit to them because I'm at the gym at 5 a.m. the next morning and no one else is there. Like,
there's a few.
Party and train hard, guys.
Okay, reason number 4, we've hit this one on the head already, but impactful keynote speakers. We've already had quite a lineup.
Yeah.
It's not going to be any different this year.
We have the Adam Sedlick, what is year 2, who's the CEO of UFC gyms. We have like 3 kick-ass speakers this year. We had Taylor Welch was awesome last year. Everyone loved him. Jason Wilson last year, Tim Grover, Gary Brecka. Like, I think, just to put this out there, the last 2 summits, we probably averaged spending $75,000 to $100,000 on speakers. We invest in them because people of that caliber don't speak for free. Like they are speaking at some of the biggest conferences in the world, getting paid tens, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, however much sometimes, to be there. They're not going to discount their price for a martial arts event. And it's not even like some other events where I'm just having my friends come and speak. Like, these are people that, like, we respect their time and their information. We're paying them to come and speak to you guys and share that insight and information. This year is no different.
And we also meet with them ahead of time to inform them about our community and about our struggles and the challenges and the types of, content that we think would best serve you. So it's not like one of those conferences where people are great at what they're doing and their speaking is amazing, but it's completely irrelevant.
Yes.
They are making sure that the information is tailored to us as a martial arts community.
Should we drop another hint?
For the Relentless Summit.
Relentless Summit.
I'm gonna look up a stat to make sure I have this right. Okay. That's pretty damn good. Okay. I won't say who this is. All right, so we have someone coming to teach content that is responsible for growing, I would say, the biggest YouTube channel on the planet. I just looked it up, 278 million subscribers.
Oh my God.
For this channel.
We just need 5%.
If I said the name of the channel, like, no joke, all of you and your kids would know exactly what channel I'm talking about. That's all I'll say.
All right, reason number 5, specialized workshops. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so one of the things that we really make it a focus of is to bring people in to touch on specific topics. I think a lot of martial arts events bring the same people because it's convenient. And then it's a lot of those people just talk about the same thing year after year, so it doesn't really change that much. You will notice that our coaches are really the only repeat presenters, and they don't even talk about the same thing every single year. So we strategically are picking topics that, number one, we know aren't talked about enough in the industry, or number two, we just see them work, like, whatever the topic is, the strategy is working insanely well in our industry right now. But like last year, we had someone talk about retirement. We had someone teach on tax hacks for your business. We had 2 years ago, Gary Brecka was talking health and fitness. We had Ross last year speaking about athlete development and how to take your students and develop them into martial arts athletes, so there's actually a physical change happening within them and you're keeping them training longer. And then we also had, like, the business side and marketing and retention and all these different aspects. And even like this year, if we look at the 3 main keynote speakers, we have operations, we have sales and offers, and then we have content creation. So it's like we have 3 different unique topics that they're all speaking on. Jason Wilson last year spoke on emotional intelligence and how to develop that in your students, which I think is so timely and needed for our industry. So whatever you want to learn, it's going to be there. You want to learn how to be a better striker, that's going to happen on the physical day. If you want to learn how to develop better athletes, it's going to happen business days and physical days. You guys are going to get exposed to a lot of information, a lot of people that I don't think we would normally have the opportunity to work with.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the speakers, as you mentioned, are very tactile this year, but also we all have the intention of making sure you go home with action items, not just, hey, look what we've done, isn't that pretty? But here's how you do it too. And that is something as an event attendee I always appreciate is not just, yes, it's great to see other people killing it, but how did you do it? Teach
Agreed.
me. All right, reason number 6, master retention tactics. We talked about acquisition, how important it is to have people coming in, making sure you're fluent in your marketing and sales language and vocabulary, but what about retention?
I think what our industry thinks about is retention is like MIA calls, teaching good classes, which, yes, that all is part of it, but also it's like having people train the right way, because they're going to provide a better product by making sure that they're trained the right way on the business and also the teaching side of things. It's about making sure you have the right systems in place to create a consistent experience for every single person. We don't want it where one student comes in, gets one experience, another student comes in, gets a different experience based on whoever's teaching that class. So I think there's a lot more than most martial arts school owners think about when it comes to retention. And we're giving you guys like the things that have been crushing it for us. I know at Move, our retention this year is lower than it ever was with the previous school. So, yeah, we have so much to touch on in this, and just some new things too that maybe are just out of the box for this industry.
Yeah, I mean, even just like I'm probably going to be presenting some sort of team training. Even that alone is going to help increase retention. So, all right, number 7, networking with industry leaders. We have such a phenomenal team.
Yes.
Our coaching team is amazing.
I agree.
We've got Jody, of course. He always kills it. He's just a fantastic speaker, but his content is gold. We've got Jonathan Frank, who always kills it. His brain is like, little Rain Man-esque.
Yeah, he's the numbers guy.
With the numbers. We've got his beautiful wife, Kavitha, joining us this year, and she is like an assassin when it comes to lead follow-up.
Yeah, they have some of the best lead conversion numbers I've seen for how many leads purchase trials. So Kavitha is like an expert in that. And she sort of took what we built out for the agency and like put steroids into it. So she's been awesome with that. We have
also nice to have another female, I might add. Yes. We have Chris Casamassa, who
we have a keynote that's a female this year.
I meant on the coaching team.
Okay.
But yes, we have Chris Casamassa, who of course is just the king of all things internal marketing.
Not a female.
He's not a female. Yeah. He is a scorpion. And he is just killing it with all kinds of community events and getting inside schools and figuring out ways to not only boost retention, but to market at the same time. It's really crazy what he comes up with.
We're like 12 schools now?
Yes. Like that? Yeah. We've got our good friend who's returning this year. Bryce Kimball. And Bryce is going to be back. He's going to be speaking at the summit this year on sales strategies. Yep. And of course, we have Adam. We have myself. I think we're all right. We're pretty good.
Yeah, we have a new coach we're adding too.
We have a new coach we're adding.
So here's what I'll give a little hint. If you are looking to do summer camp, if you're looking to do after school, like this coach guy,
is for you.
I haven't seen anyone else putting it into action better than this person.
Same. I mean, he's destroying
12 locations, 11
in like 2 years.
Yes,
3 years,
like crushing,
like crazy,
crushing.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Our team is phenomenal. So what I was going to say about the team specifically is that we'll be there all weekend. So we're there for you. Again, Adam said, like, we're accessible. We're available. Mm-hmm. If you want to come chat with us, please don't hesitate. All of us are there to serve. So come hit us up. But there will be other industry leaders to connect with as well. Obviously, all the other speakers, but even just the people attending. There are some people in this room that are specific in our mastermind program that are absolutely just crushing every single month, that have amazing numbers you probably wouldn't believe, making $150,000 a month, like consistently. Yeah, and crushing it.
The other thing too is there's also people in our group that are doing like $35,000 a month, but they're profiting like 15 of that.
Right.
So it's like either way.
There's a lot of talented, smart people in the room. So please try to get over your fear of talking to people. I know it can be difficult. If you want some strategies for how to do that, hit me up. I can give you a couple of tips for how to make it a little bit easier, a little more comfortable.
Also, I would encourage you guys to look for anyone that's like a mastermind member. You'll see like their tag will say mastermind on it at the event. They always express how they're like, hey, if someone's introverted and like doesn't want to come out of their shell, like pair them up with us. We'll talk to them. We'll introduce them to people. So we have a great group of people that just want to see the room succeed.
Cutting edge technology, reason number 8.
Ooh, the AI revolution is here, whether we want it to be or not, everyone. It is here. Part of what we're going to be touching on at the summit is the use of AI, how to ethically use it, and how to use it to help save you time. I'll say this straight out, like AI is never going to replace rapport building. It's never going to replace a relationship. That's not what we want you to use it for. What AI will do though, is it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to increase the quality of a lot of what you're doing just because you have a tool that has a knowledge base that far exceeds any of our brains, right? And then at the same time, like we're going to teach you guys how to create things for your business that you didn't even think you had the ability to create just from using AI.
Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. All right, number 9, insane success. So every quarter at the CEO live events, at the mastermind events, we have our members present on an insane idea. And this is an idea that they have proven and tested inside of their studios, and they share it with the room, and then we vote. We don't. The room votes on which idea they like the best. And so those 4 winners are going to be presenting their ideas on stage at the summit. I love this part.
Yes, me too.
Because it's, first of all, everybody's so creative, and it's just really cool to see like what other people are doing and what's working. But also it gives them a chance to get up on stage and really shine and take their moment. And last year it was really cool to see everybody's presentation. So we're going to be doing that again this year.
And the cool thing about it, guys, is it's like quick hitter after quick hitter, because we only give them 5 minutes to present, because that's the rules of like the contest that we do at our quarterly meetings. So they have 5 minutes to present. They have to show you, number one, the results, and show you how to recreate the results for yourself. Also, a lot of them give you done for you whatever they're teaching, right? And there's been multiple things that have been presented in an Insane Idea contest that I've actually implemented in our school, because it was such a good idea. And multiple times I've seen something, I was like, damn it, I wish I thought of that. Like, I wish that was my idea.
That's what I'm saying. It's really cool to see other people have that moment of like, this was a huge success for us. All right, and then reason number 10, we've got raffles and we've got prizes that are worth thousands.
Yep. So last year we raffled off, Adam Molnar won. He got to come with me to a mastermind that I'm a part of. That's like a $10,000 a seat mastermind. We flew him out, paid for all the expenses and everything for the trip. And I just know from being in the room with him, he was just like, oh my God, this is a different level. He's like, this is awesome. So I know we did that last year. We did a site visit last year, which we'll probably do again this year as a raffle item. So Kelly and I are going to go visit. Was it Larry and Danny that won that? We're going to go visit their school for a weekend, audit everything pretty much, and just give them feedback on how to make their business even better than it already is. And I know I wouldn't charge less than $10,000 to go do a site visit normally. I don't know what you would charge, but it's at least worth
$9,999.
$19,999. There you go. We raffled off something else too. What else? I don't even remember.
A trip to Hawaii. No, we didn't offer that. We raffled off some cool prizes. We had a whole bunch of stuff. So you can expect us to do the same again, but cooler. Because that's what we're trying to do, is out-cool ourselves every year.
Agreed.
All right. We forgot to tell you the most important thing, which is the dates of the Relentless Summit.
Relentless Summit.
We just wanted you to keep watching to the end. That's why.
October 17th, 18th, and 19th. Those are your dates for the Relentless Summit.
Relentless Summit.
We would love for you to come a day or two early, enjoy the beautiful state of Arizona. It's not going to be too crazy hot, but it will be nice. It will be hot.
It's October, November is usually like one of the nicer times of the year out here. So I know a lot of people are here like the 120-degree weather. That's like July, August. Over. Yeah. So it'll probably be like mid-80s.
Perfect, cool weather. Bring the family. Stay a couple days. It's just a beautiful place to be.
Maybe 70s. I don't know. Leah, you've been in Arizona longer than us.
It can go either way. Like you had the summit in November. It was freezing.
Well, to you, it was like perfect weather for me.
It was in like 50s.
No, but last year it was pretty good weather, right? Or was it cold last year?
It was hot last year.
It was hot last year.
Yeah, it was hot. Yeah.
You never know, but anyway, it'll be swimming weather. There you go.
It's going to be a really fun time. If you guys have any questions, if you're interested in learning more, if there was anything about the summit that we did not answer today, please feel free to reach out to either one of us. We're happy to chat.
Or visit relentlesssummit.com, and we have the frequently asked questions section on there also.
Okay, well, visit there first before you come bugging us. No, I'm just joking. I'm happy to chat if you have any questions. But yeah, visit the summit, relentlesssummit.com, and purchase your tickets now, because that's very important. And they're super.
Yeah, use the code ActionTaker24. It'll say it on the checkout page also. We are probably only going to keep that for a limited amount of time, the early bird special. So we'll reward the people that are action takers, and they will get a ticket for $97, which is like insane.
Super.
Like everyone I told that we're doing 97, they're like, no, charge more. And I'm like, you don't, this is why I'm doing it. The next one, they're like, oh, I get it, but still charge more.
Which we will. So take advantage of this special. And we hope to see you all there. Invite your school owner friends. And thanks for being here with me, Adam.
Anytime.
Thanks for joining us on Relentless TV for the Relentless Summit.